Hi, welcome to the Crafty Knit Twins YouTube channel. My name's Becky and this is your second session in how to crochet. So today isn't about crocheting necessarily, but it's about the terms you're going to see when you look at a crochet pattern. So you're going to be in UK or USA terms, and I'll talk through that very shortly. And I'm going to talk about what the right side of the work and the wrong side of the work is. Okay, so this is us talking through the different terms, so UK versus USA terms. So these all mean the same stitches. So this chain is all the same thing, slip stitch, all the same thing, double, single crochet, all the same. It's just that whether you're from the UK or from the USA, we say it differently, which is just a bit frustrating because, as you might be able to see, it kind of looks the same on both of them, so it can be easy to get confused. So make sure whatever pattern you're doing, you know whether it says UK or USA terms at the top. So for this chain, this is what we did in the previous video, exactly the same. So it'll be shown as CH on your pattern, and that means chain. And a slip stitch, this is the same on both, will just mean SS. And this will be where you kind of join around, so you go slip into it. So the next one is when it starts to get different. So for UK, we say double crochet, and on your pattern it'll be DC. For USA terms, they say single crochet, and it'll mean SC. This is the smallest stitch you can normally do. It's very, very common in blankets and making kind of elephants or kind of making those turtle kind of things. So this is what it looks like. So this is 10 single crochets worked all the way down. And as you can see, there's not a lot of height to it. It's only one row that's been done. And you've got your V's on the top, which from the previous video show the top of the stitches. But yeah, that is one row of single crochet. So for this one, I've now done 3 rows of single crochet. So I've added more height to it, but you might be able to tell that there's first row, second row and third row. So if you're only doing single crochet, it will take a while to gain that height upwards, but it is a very tight stitch. And as you might be able to tell, everyone has a preference of which terms they use. And I started using USA terms before I knew there was a difference between the two. So this is what I tend to say. So for this, I was saying this is single crochet, but it would be absolutely right in saying this is double crochet in UK terms. So that's what we mean by kind of the difference. This is single crochet USA, double crochet UK. So it's exactly the same thing. As long as you know what the pattern is in, whether UK or USA terms, you can figure out what you need to do from there. So our next term is half treble or half double. So this is this stitch. And as you might, this is only one row that I've done of half treble or half double crochet. And as you might be able to tell, this is already nearly at the height of 3 single crochets. So this stitch is just taller. So that's kind of the main difference. And you might be able to notice each going down, it just gets taller and taller and taller. So this is your kind of smallest stitch, and then you get bigger and bigger. There are more past this, but this is just the simple ones for now. So in terms of what it looks like, that is what 3 rows of this half treble, half double looks like. And then that is your 3 rows of your single crochet. So as you can see, a lot taller for the same amount of rows worked. So our next one is UK treble or USA double. And this is 3 rows of this. So you can see it's slightly bigger than that. You might be able to tell it's actually a bit looser as well. And then it's nearly double the height of our double or single crochet. So our final stitch is double treble for UK or treble in USA. And this is what it looks like. So it's a lot taller and a lot kind of looser as well. So it's almost the same height as both of these. And this is only 3 rows. So every single one of these I've done is 10 stitches across and 3 rows up. so you can see the difference between all of them. So in terms of knowing which is which, if the pattern doesn't tell you, then it's going to be quite hard to figure it out. There are a few tips and tricks. So one is that if it ever says single crochet, you know it's USA, because obviously the UK doesn't use single crochet. If it doesn't include single crochet, then I think the best thing to do is probably try it. There was one time that I did do a top and I got very far into it and thought, this is so small, but that was because I was doing it all in UK terms and I was doing like a normal double, and they actually wanted me to do this and not this one. So there is quite a difference. So that will be doing these two differently. So yeah, that's probably the best tip I can give. So these are the 4. The best thing I can tell you in terms of right and then wrong side of the work is looking for this tail. So this little one is where you did your slip knot at the start, and everyone will have them. And if that's on your bottom left, that this is your right side of the work. If it's on the bottom right, this is your wrong side of the work. In certain patterns, it's really easy to figure out what is the right and what is the wrong side. With this, it's less so. So if you look at those stitches and then look at the back, with the kind of, so this is row 1, row 2, row 3. If you go on the back, almost as like row 2 is more indented, whereas on the front it pops out more. So it's kind of training your eye to see that difference. But the easiest way is to look at where this tail is. You always want it on your bottom left if you're working the right side. And it will tell you on your pattern right or wrong side. And another really top tip for beginning crocheters is that you might be able to tell. I've used all double knit formally to hook for all of these, all different sizes because of the different stitches I've used. This is a lot harder to see where the stitches are because the wool and yarn is so much darker. So one of the best tips I can give if you're starting to crochet is to use lighter colour yarns, because you'll be able to see that V shape so easily and all the different kind of intricate designs in this, whereas the darker one, it all just blends together sometimes. So sometimes you're kind of looking at this being like, oh, is that a V shape? Should I go into it? So yeah, top tip for starting crochet. So thank you for watching our YouTube video on our USA and UK terms and the right and the wrong side of the work. I hope you learned a lot. And the next one we're going to be doing is how to do single crochet, and that's USA terms. So please follow along if you want more crochet content.